Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today we are in Ormond Beach, Florida, getting ready to do Biketoberfest 2023. Look at the motorcycles, they are everywhere. There are more hooligans than you could shake a stick at. That was a bunch of sport bike riding hooligans, man. My kind of guys. Don't let that fool you though, because the king over here is, of course, Harley Davidson. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're loud. They're fast. They're this. They're that. Look at them. Look at them all like pretty ducks in a row. A lot of American iron over here. Absolutely. Am I going to be the red-headed stepchild? Yes, I am. If you're red-headed and you're a stepchild, I'm sorry for saying that. That's just an old saying. But I got a red-headed kid. I guess I could say that part. But will we be the proverbial ugly duckling, the fish out of water? I would say yes. But that said, I am seeing more Spyders everywhere I go. I've seen 2 already. Normally I don't see any by this point. So we're approaching on US 1, we're outside of Brunel and we're heading over to Ormond Beach where US 1 crosses I-95. And that is where Destination Daytona is, the Bruce Rossmeyer Harley Davidson dealer. I don't think they call it that anymore. Now it's probably a different name. But that's where we are. So stick around. You're going to see some cool daggum motorcycles. This is the celebration of the motorcycle. Not just the Spyder, not just the Harley, not just the sport bike, but of the motorcycle. So if you love motorcycles, you have come to the right place. But before we get going on all that, if you would give the video a big old fat thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff, it would be greatly appreciated. Well, I hear the hornets swarming. The hooligans are coming up on me fast, y'all. So here we go. Let's get to see this first group of sport bikes, see what they got, see what they're packing. CBR, Ninja. They're pippity popping. Nice. And there's a big group of them behind those guys. I can't believe they stayed behind that truck. Oh, a little MT-07, R1. I think that's the back of the pack of them. There's all kinds of motorcycles out here. Like I said, sounds like a swarm of hornets or a swarm of bumblebees out there. All right, well, we should be turning into the Destination Daytona here in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and move over behind these pippity poppers. You know, used to be the pippity poppers and the Can-Ams weren't very welcome over here, but now things have changed. Things have gotten a lot more civilized, if you would. You can see the interstate up above the road there, and we're on this side at that red light. We should be snagging a left-hand turn and heading into Destination Daytona. I was going to say I should hear some downshift pippity popping. Now at this time of day it should not be that crazy crowded. We'll see. That one guy was going to block the traffic, but that truck wasn't playing that. He didn't stop. All right, well, we don't mind waiting. We're not in a hurry. But as you can see, for this is a Friday morning, and it is, let's see, what time is it? It's 10:30 on a Friday morning. So the late night partiers are all still sleeping, and a lot of the folks from out of town have not arrived yet. So this is the perfect time to be able to walk around and see everything and stay out of all of the chaos. I'm not the chaos guy, I'm the motorcycle guy. Will we see some chaotic stupidity? We probably will. That normally is synonymous with Bike Week. A lot of foot dragging, duck walking, and people not really paying attention to what they're doing. So whenever you do come over to a place like this, always have your head on a swivel is a good thing to do. Don't get in a hurry, don't get frustrated. Always just chill and dig it. That's always the best bet. But we park right over here. We go behind the Corbin store and all that. They have a big gigantic parking lot. This guy's trying to wave us through. Here we go. Let's keep rolling. There's the people getting ready to walk across the road. But that's where we're heading, is in these two places with some cameras and show you everything they've got and much, much more. Oh, they got the Harley. Oh, look at that. They've got the Harley Davidson test rides. My goodness. There's your nice little RV. It's only $100,000. You ought to be able to pick up a pair of those. If you're ever riding in here, you go past these buildings into this little parking lot here on the left. The signage is always top notch over here. If you've never been, you don't have to be worried about missing something. And they have plenty of volunteers, and all of the volunteers are very, very kind. But you run straight to the back of this parking lot and all the way down to the left and get as close as you can, and then you're walking on in, baby. All right. Well, let's find us a place to park this baby, and we'll get things cleaned up, straightened up, and next time you see me, we'll be looking at some cool business. All right, so nothing like the sound of a Harley, huh? Oh yeah. American Iron, we are here. I just can't get enough of motorcycles. You know me by now, you know that. There's just cool stuff everywhere you turn. For when you have to be seen. You're seeing it right, a single-sided fork. Got to go to the Harley dealer. It's a moral imperative.
things call them a name.
This is actually my dream motorcycle. This year, this model, this is the one. Now you know what to get me. All right. Well, Bike Week would disappoint if it did get hot. The temperature gauge on the Spyder now, I just cranked it up so it was sitting in the direct sunlight, but in the direct sunlight, just sitting there, it's 100 degrees. If you're sitting there in the sun baking, is it that when you're in the shade? Obviously no, but Biketoberfest and Bike Week never disappoint. It's always cool on the ride over and smoking during the day, unless it's pouring down rain. So what we're going to do, we're going to head up US 1. I'll see if I can't close this. Everybody's got their music going. Everybody's having a private concert in public. Seeing who can drown out the other guy. But anyway, what I was going to say is I'm going to be heading back in US 1. I'm looking for a road called Pine Tree, and it'll be on the left, and then that'll run me, it'll dead end into the loop. And I'll catch the back 3/4 of the loop, and so I'll hit Main Street, and then after Main Street I'll hit the Euro dealer, and then after the Euro dealer I will hit the racetrack, and then once we get all that done, I'll hit 95 and figure out where I'm going from there. But I'll definitely be heading north on 95, getting out of here. May run up through Jacksonville and then grab I-10, head across. I don't know if I'm gonna, when I get to that 75 interchange, head north to Valdosta or just continue westbound towards Tallahassee. We'll just see how I feel and what it all looks like. But I really would like to head up to Valdosta just to check on things and hang out for a while. All right, well, I know you enjoyed seeing some of those cool machines, man. There was some beautiful motorcycles there. Again, Biketoberfest and Bike Week, never disappointment. They will never disappoint you. Very, very cool stuff. A lot of people, you could see, compared to just that little bit of time ago when we pulled up here, there was virtually nobody in line, and now it's just bike after bike after bike after bike after bike after bike after bike. That's how it's going to be. And once we get across the interstate, you know, things will be crazy just getting to the interstate. Let's see what this fella's doing. Here we go. But once we get to the interstate, a lot of this will thin out, and then you get up towards the Iron Horse and it gets crazy. Anyway, I'm going to turn this off because this guy's playing, what's the name of the band? I can't think of it. Rob something. Rob Smith was the singer. You could drop it down below. This is a song he did with Santana. Anyway, we'll flip the cameras back on when we get near the loop. All right, well, this is not the loop, but this is the road leading up to the loop. This is Pine Tree. And this is the road I was telling you about. This is one that I like to enter the back side of the loop. It keeps me from having to deal with US 1 all the way into Ormond. And that way you get to just cruise around in the nice canopy roads, and you're going to be moving slow anyway. And if you're going to be moving slow, then you may as well, you know, be able to have some shade. So what's going to happen, the road's going to make a right turn here, and then it's going to dead end into the loop. We're going to take a left, which will take us actually away from Ormond Beach, and it'll go all the way around. And then we can come back the other side on the loop, or we can actually go one block. Uh-oh. This is not good. Wow. See if these law enforcement officers will wave us through here in a moment. Would certainly be nice. Boy, it looks like somebody's hurt. They're over in the ditch over on the other side of the road behind those cars. It's real, man, you know, this is what I was talking about, where you get, you know, you get people that are not real experienced riders. I don't know what this guy's doing. Go ahead. Go. Hi, how you doing, man? Anyway, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Now, this is not a fast road. I'm going to tell you it's not. But what this road is and what it does is, a lot of times people will get out here and riding, and they'll get to talking or listening to their music, and they'll quit paying attention to what's going on. And it didn't look like a car was involved in that. It looked like he just ran off the road. So anyway, really sad. I you know, prayers that the dude's okay, whatever happened, whether it was a car was involved or it was a single accident. But it's easy, it's very, very easy to make a mistake and, you know, rubberneck and look at something or somebody, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in the grass. And if you're on road tires on a Harley, a big heavy motorcycle, and these things are super duper duper slick out here, as you can see, it's wet looking and messy, you'll end up rear end over tea kettle real fast. So, but not to taint this beautiful loop with a tragedy, but even though, you know, tragedies do happen, they happen. But this terrain is absolutely beautiful. It is just, it reminds me a lot of the roads that I ride on in Tallahassee, the canopy roads. What they've done here is they've actually cut back off of the road, and so you have more of a green space between the trees and you. And so it has that different feel. It's more open like that, but with the canopy still over top. And then the enormous amount of palmetto bushes that are out there, the palmettos and the sable palms that are out there, but predominantly palmettos. But you see a couple of sable palms here and there too. Those things, rattlesnake farm. That's what we call those. They're rattlesnake farms. They like to get under those big palms, those big shaded palms. It's nice and cool down there, and they like to hang out and wait for you to walk on by. But I'm going to shut up, and we're just going to have some music playing and let you enjoy what little bit of the loop we get here. You just don't get to see old Florida marshes and stuff like this. You just don't. It is just unbelievable. And if you had smell-o-vision, the smell of the dirt and the grass is just wonderful. we're on A1A, so you can see the Atlantic Ocean just over those palmettos there. Yeah, very nice, huh? You can smell that salt air. It's just beautiful. You're probably tired of hearing me telling you how wonderful this is. All you got to do down in the comments below, type in, "I'm jealous, coach. I want to be there." And maybe next year you can be. But do me a favor if you would, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss any of this wonderful content, these great trips. It's just awesome. For those who are longtime subscribers, I thank you. Close this up. Oh yeah, A1A is sweet. It is sweet. It's very, very busy going in the other direction. Everybody's heading from Main Street. What they do, they cruise Main Street, and then they roll northbound out towards the loop. And then they hit the loop like we just did. And then after they hit the loop, then they go out to the destination Daytona. And they hang out there and drink. And then it gets dark. And then when they're good and sauced, they hop on their motorcycles. Yep, you heard me right. And then they head up to the Iron Horse and get crazy for a while. And then they hobble back into their hotel, go to bed, wake up late the next day, and do it all again. There it is. Now, I'm not saying everybody does that, you know, I'm not saying that, and I'm not pigeonholing anyone into that. But let's just say that I know a few people that's what they do. I don't do that. In fact, before it's dark, I'll be out of here, y'all. For that very reason. But there is plenty to see and do. You could come to Daytona Bike Week and spend, 3 or 4 weeks. You could spend an entire week during Bike Week and the whole 3 or 4 days down here in Biketoberfest and never run out of things to see and things to do. There's always plenty to do and see. All right. Well, next stop, Main Street, baby. All right, well, we are downtown and about to hit crazy old Main Street. Yes, sir, we are. So Main Street, baby, here we come. Thanks for joining me this week. Be sure and come back next week for part 2 of Biketoberfest 2023. But until then, do me a favor. You, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you are doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I will see you on the road real soon.